Here we are.
Do you think the old bug will welcome us?
He'll hug you or shoot you. I don't know which is worse.
Maybe they know something about Frank. We could ask them.
The fewer people who know we're here, the better, Marty. Remember, this is hostile territory.
Because we're chickens?
Yeah, but mostly because we're cops. Insects are attracted to fire, but if you're freezing, it doesn't matter whether you're an insect or not. Poor buggers. Poor Frank. What a dump. If I remember correctly, Frank is the only one living in the building. The other apartments have been declared uninhabitable. It's only a matter of time before the whole place collapses. It's only a matter of... It's like the hive is infected with something, but it's actually the very thing that holds the place together. Strange and ironic. It's like the hive is infected with something, but it's actually the very thing that holds the place together. Strange and ironic. It's like the hive is infected with something. Seems Frank left the light on. You in there, buddy? I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay.
What about this? Someone left his home?
Very funny.
I'm not joking.
That's a shame, Marty. That's a shame.
Do you think it has a little table and chairs and a tiny toilet?
For the love of the wild ones, Marty, shut the cluck up.
Okay, jeez.
Gotta be a little pillow inside.
Well?
Nothing. Nobody's home.
Is Frank on a hot lead right now?
Frank's always on a hot lead. At least he thinks he is.
So?
We'll come back later. He has to come home sometime, right?
You're saying something.
We'll come back later.
What if he's in trouble? Maybe we can break in?
It's a pretty flimsy hypothesis. And besides, I'm afraid the whole house would come down on us.
Yeah, let's come back later then.
We'll come back later. No point. I hope he's okay. The distant light. Inviting for the locals, I'm sure, but it makes my comb crawl just to look at that collapsing neon sign. Could this be the last light we'll see? Or the light at the end of the tunnel? Still, there's nothing we can do. The trail drew us here like insects drawn to the flame. We have to find out who's running this place and what she has to do with the disappearance of the bodies.
Oh, shit. I didn't bring Bertha. We might need her here.
Your shotgun would only cause more trouble, believe me. This is not the Hive it used to be, pal. Things have changed.
Oh, cluck in hell. I feel like everyone's staring at us.
Well, they probably are. You remember the rules, right?
Yeah, I remember. No looking up, no looking down, no looking anywhere. We should have come with paper bags on our heads.
If we're lucky, we won't be here long. But we need to talk to whoever's pulling the strings.
The strings?
I mean, the Spider Queen.
We're so gonna die.
Let's hope not.
So what happens now?
I guess we need to ask the locals where to find her.
Great plan. Go ahead, take the glory.
You're not much help today, Big Bird.
But I am amazing company.
Sure.
Maybe that fine young lady can help us.
No flirting, okay? We're busy right now.
How can you say that? After what happened with Laura.
I just know you, Marty. That's all.
That was the old Marty. Now I'm married and heartbroken.
Welcome to the club, pal.
Is there a membership fee?
Just sweat and tears. Interesting outfit.
It's called a kimono. It's popular in the Kaitenya and Taoto Islands.
Shall I ask why you know so much about women's clothing?
Everyone knows that. Could it be that you're a little undereducated, Boss Bird?
About women's clothes? Yes, I am.
If you're really up for that around-the-world trip of yours, which I still doubt, then you really should visit the islands.
You know what? Maybe I will.
Great!
I'll do it.
Yeah, right.
Just watch.
I'll do just that.
Interesting outfit. Hello, miss.
Yes? Can I help you?
We hope so. Can we, get some directions?
Well, okay. What would you like to know? But quickly, please. I'm expecting someone.
We'll be quick, miss. We promise.
Kala. My name is Kala.
Miss Kala. What an exceptional name. So we're actually looking for the local,
We're looking for the Spider Queen, Miss Zenaida.
Oh.
Oh?
Well,
Well?
you mean you really don't know?
We don't know if we know, if you don't tell us what we might not know.
This is all hers.
You mean the joint?
The joint. And the street. And the precinct. And everything.
That sounds pretty serious.
It is. You have no idea how much.
Good to know. So, can you tell us where we can find her?
You can find out everything in here, in the distant light. That's all I can say. Although if I were you, I would avoid the place. In fact, the entire Hive for that matter. Please don't bother me any further. Farewell, gentlemen.
I'm sorry, did we say something wrong?
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, we understand. Goodbye.
Yes? Anything else?
That's all for now. Thank you. Do you hear that? The collective buzzing of thousands of insects.
What are you thinking, Boss Bird?
I don't know. I feel like I I smell something in the air. Smoke and flame.
Are you seeing the future? Or smelling it?
I hope not.
Yeah, me too.
If Clawville catches fire again, it'll start here. And maybe we deserve to burn in the flames. If Clawville catches...
Sometimes I think it's the neon lights that hold this town together.
What? Are you okay?
I mean, if the last neon light goes out, it's all over. This whole mess just collapses.
Listen to me, Marty. I'm the depressed cop, okay? And one is more than enough. So you better get your crazy optimistic self working again, because I think that's what's holding this town together, not neon lights.
That was genuinely nice of you, Sonny. Thanks.
You see? That's what I'm talking about. That is you. Let's keep it that way.
Okay, Sonny.
Hey, don't push it. I don't like this. Not one bit. I don't like this.
What is that stuff the insects use to hold their buildings together?
I'm sure there's a scientific name for it, but on the street, it's just called the goo. It's flexible, yet almost unbreakable. It's used to hold buildings together when they're falling apart.
And some buildings are built entirely of that stuff.
Very rarely. It's an extremely difficult and valuable material to produce.
They say that under the jungles of Torogo, whole cities are made of it.
It's just a legend, Marty. Don't believe everything you read in your magazines.
Nobody ever tried to make a business out of this thing?
Oh, somebody must have tried, but you know, Clawville was never interested in making the insects rich.
Right.
It's like the hive is infected with something. It's like the hive is...
Look at the size of him. All yours, Boss Bird.
Huh? What's up with you?
Nothing. It's just,
Okay, whatever you want. Chicken.
What was that?
I said you're a coward.
That hurts.
Swell.
Nice, big thing.
Snail.
He doesn't have a shell.
And you think he's homeless?
Sonny, furry heavens, I'm not even gonna reply to that.
Good. Tough times, eh? Hey, big guy.
Yeah?
Tell me, what's your name?
Hank. Hank Hardshell.
Are you an athlete, Hank?
What?
Well, that's a vector ball bat in your hand.
Oh, that? What about it?
If you're not playing Vectra Ball, you shouldn't be waving that around. And we need to confiscate it.
As my learned colleague says.
Did we say something funny?
Aye, that's a good one. Really.
Now listen here, you slimy...
Take it easy. Let's start from the beginning. We haven't introduced ourselves. Do you know who we are?
Chickens?
Yeah, but that's not what I mean.
Coppers, right?
Chicken coppers.
I'm good at this. I like guessing games.
Can you also guess what happens if you don't give us that bat?
I guess it stays with me.
The law is the law, big boy. I don't make the rules. But if you don't give us the bat, we have to take you in.
Okay. So listen here, chicken coppers. This is the Hive, in case you didn't notice. You don't have anywhere to drag me. There's no PD here. Or are we going to drive all the way to the centre of town so you can stick me in a cell and hunch over paperwork till dawn for a wee bat? I didn't think so.
What? How dare you?
Okay, big boy. Fair enough.
Take this as a warning.
Oops. I just shit my pants, cluckers.
Watch it.
You two again.
Listen, pal, tell me, you some kind of doorman?
What do I look like?
A snail.
What else?
A doorman?
Hey, I know what you're doing. The guessing game. That was a good one.
Wasn't it? I'm glad we could create such happy moments together. Can we go in then?
No.
Oh.
Anything else?
No, nothing. We're, just leaving. Okay, so what do we have to do to get in?
Just ask me nicely and hand me your weapons. That's all.
What? Over my dead feathery body, pal.
Well, I can help you with that.
We're police officers. We can't hand over our weapons to you. It's the other way around.
Aye. And I'm a doorman. I can't let anybody in with a gun. Boom. We're at stalemate. What's next?
You gonna let him talk to us like that?
What do you suggest, Marty?
Oh, you don't want to know.
We'll be back soon, pal.
Good for me. I guess.
Look, we really don't want to bother you.
So why are you bothering me?
That, slimy mountain of a guy at the door with the big bat in his hand.
Oh, him? Yes, so what about him?
Well, it's a bit difficult talking to him. It's like trying to have a conversation with a bowl of jelly. But you two seem to know each other.
Him and me? What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an assumption. You know, we're detectives.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. I guess.
So, do you know him?
Well, it's an exaggeration to say I know him, but, well, he's Hank.
Yeah, Hank. He's a very handsome fellow for a pretty lady like you.
Pretty lady? Did he say that?
Oh, yeah, he did.
That huge masculine body seems to hide a sensitive heart, and above all, a shy boy.
Really? Oh, hush my heart.
So, we thought we'd help him out a little. To make the first move.
Can you?
Would you like to talk to him in private?
Is it that obvious?
We're just humble detectives, ma'am.
Well, if you could put in a word for me.
We could try.
Thank you. Thank you, detectives.
Oh, it's nothing, miss. Our pleasure.
Hey, Mushface.
You again. What now?
We were just talking to, Miss Calla when...
Miss, Calla, huh?
Yeah, the young lady. We couldn't help but notice that you're, eyeing each other.
Who? Me? Don't make me laugh, chickens.
Ah, don't be shy, buddy. She's quite a lovely lady.
Aye, she is. I mean, I suppose she is. We've, never spoken.
What? Why, that's terrible.
It really is.
Something must be done about it.
By all means.
You think so?
Of course, the air is throbbing with chemistry.
Don't overdo it.
Listen, Hank, old bud, you need to strike while the iron's hot. Who knows if you'll get another chance?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Of course we are.
Okay. I'll try to speak to her. Whew. You can do it, Hanky boy. You can do it.
That's the spirit. Get on it, you stud. I like it when things go well.
You mean when we manipulate invertebrates?
I just like to look at the bright side of things.
Well, be happy in your little world of pink.
Ha! At least mine has colors.
So, are you ready? Or should I say, are you chicken enough?
Well, my head is still pounding, I'm nauseous, and I feel like this place is gonna kill us.
Now that you put it that way...
Come on, old bird. It'll be fun. Maybe the adventure of a lifetime. And besides, you started the whole thing, didn't you?
True enough. Okay, Marty. Let's cluck and do this. The distant light. We've entered another world. Ruined, run down, alien, yet strangely buzzing with life. Everything's different here. The smells, the sounds, the colors. As if the walls themselves were alive. I felt like a stranger, and yet it felt like home. There was something comforting about the place, even though I knew that the deeper we went into the hive, the harder it would be to get out. Was there poison in the air? Some intoxicating aroma that lured unsuspecting victims into its web.
Ugh, it stinks in here.
Clucking hell, Marty, pipe down, would you?
Can't you smell it? There's something in the air. Honey and poison.
Just try to be quiet, okay? We're strangers here.
Okay, I'm not a complete moron. I know when to keep my head down.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes.
Right. The guy's all messed up. The guy's all... Careful, Sonny, or you'll end up just like him.
Careful, Sonny, or you'll end up just like him.
Hey, get out of my head.
It's too late. I've seen everything.
My condolences.
Hey, buddy, you lost your knife.
Yeah, it's in your back.
Shall we help him?
He doesn't seem to be very concerned. Let's leave him alone.
Yeah, I agree. Weird. But really, should we not tell him?
Prime directive, Marty. We do not interfere with alien affairs.
Is that in the handbook? I should read that sometime.
After 20 years, forget it. If you've survived this long, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You have a little more iron in your body than you need, pal.
Are you a doctor now?
Well, Mom wanted me to be one.
Aww.
You have a little more...
Are you a...
Mom...
Aww. Yikes.
We don't want to end up like that.
Well, maybe it's just new wave art or something.
Oh, yeah, sure. Don't lose your head.
You know, I've read that some chickens can live after having their heads cut off. They run around headless while their heads are screaming on the ground.
Marty, I told you not to read that crap. It's bad for your brain.
It's fact.
Huh. Message received. Huh. He'll be our man. Bartenders always know what's what.
I can't wait for you to be wrong.
What?
What?
He'll be our man. Bartenders always know what's what. He'll be our man. A clean glass of tap water, my good man.
I see I'm dealing with real gentlemen here. There are two things I can't offer you, I'm afraid. One is clean, the other is water.
And what would you recommend on this fine evening, Mr.
Ender. Bartender. Well, we have mead, and whiskey. But I wouldn't recommend that, so mostly mead.
Well, that's quite a selection. What'll it be, Marty?
On second thought, I'll give this one a miss.
My friend is teetotal today, and, well, mead isn't my cup of tea. But since we're here, maybe we'll have something else.
And what would that be, amigo?
Information.
Oh, bloody hell. So you are cops, after all?
We never said we weren't.
You want to get yourselves killed? Do you know who owns this place?
You mean the Spider Queen? Well, it's going to take a little more than an 8-legged urban legend to scare us.
You think I don't know who you are? Pretty much everybody knows, even if they'd rather deny it. But star cops or not, this isn't your league, boys. Sorry to disappoint.
So what do you suggest, amigo?
Honestly? Get the cluck out and never look back. But knowing your reputation, that won't happen, right?
We're the kind who need to be thrown out.
It happens almost every day.
I thought as much. So, for the fun of it, maybe I can help you out. But
Then I'll take that as a promise.
you're that ever-sour, obnoxious, loud-mouthed, insufferable, but still weirdly charming kind of character, huh?
Exactly.
All right. Ask me anything you want.
No more questions.
Come on. What are you waiting?
Yeah, all right. Here we go.
I don't want to be indiscreet, but doesn't a spider have 8 limbs? Because if I'm counting right, you have 4 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah, that's 6. Your maths is exceptional, detective.
Did you, fight in the war?
No, but that's what I usually say when I'm asked.
Then what happened?
If you really want to know, I sold them. But I've still got 2 little stumps in the middle of my back.
Ouch.
I was broke, you know. There were some crooks from Clawville who paid top dollar for insect limbs. That's just the way it is these days.
You sold them to be eaten?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for saying it out loud. That makes it so much easier for...
Ugh, Cluck, sorry.
I'm used to it. Any more anatomy questions, boys?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
Neato.
Out of darts, are we?
That didn't stop them.
Well, they're resourceful folk.
Darts or knives. All the same, right? As long as they hit the target. Darts or knives. Do you think they keep the expensive porcelain behind that?
Maybe they're hiding priceless archaeological artifacts.
Or having illegal cockfights through there?
Or a secret den with naughty ladies.
You wish, huh?
Feathers! I'm a married man.
Are you?
Well, at least I was yesterday. I hope I still am.
If not, I'll marry you.
Aw, thanks, Boss Bird.
This door looks suspicious to you, Marty.
A steel door reinforced with huge metal rivets with an armed insect goon standing in front of it? Nah, I don't see anything special about it.
Yeah, me neither. We have to get through there somehow.
Another door, man.
Same old, same old.
The Spider Queen doesn't take any chances, huh?
Makes me want to get in there even more. We always get on so well with goons like him. We always get on... Hey, buddy.
Huh? What the hell are you?
We're chickens. That's enough for now, but say, kid, what's behind that iron door?
For you? Nothing.
Well, if there's nothing there, we might as well check it out, right?
What are you? Some kind of suicide chickens?
Now that you mention it.
No way you're gonna let us in, right?
That's your first sensible sentence, Bird. No, not a chance. So fuck off.
Why don't we just mention Zenaita's name? Maybe then he'll let us in.
You think so? Oh, we'll get a free ticket to the other side.
The other side of the door?
The other side of living.
Oh. Where do you stand on bribery, pal?
I don't know. You can try if you want.
How much you got on you, Sonny?
Not much. $5 maybe. And you?
About 10, I think.
Well, that's 15 already.
Now, get the fuck out of here while I'm talking nice.
We're not gonna talk our way through this one. We need another option. We'll find a way to get in there. Let's have a good look around. How do we get down to the Queen? I guess that big metal door would be the way.
There's a casino down there, but it's for VIP members only. For the big dogs, you know. I mean, not literally. There aren't any dogs here.
What do we have to do to get down there?
You just have to be interesting or significant enough. Simple as that.
Clawville's most famous cops aren't enough?
Here? In the Hive? No, not really.
That hurts.
Sorry, boys.
Any other ideas?
Maybe ask Douglas, the pianist. He was a regular down there until he was banned for stirring up some shit big time. I don't know. You'll find a way. Use your bird brains.
Don't be birdist.
Don't be a hypocrite.
He's not wrong.
Shut up, Marty. What about that nice little cockroach at the door?
One of the Queen's guards. Quite intransigent fella. When I open the place, he's usually there. When I close, he's still there. It's like he never eats or sleeps.
Could he be a robot?
Oh, what now?
I read it in Tomorrow's World Science Fiction magazine. You know, a machine being that lives forever.
Please stop filling your already tiny brain with so much chicken shit, Marty.
You're not my mom.
Lucky me. This Douglas fella, what else can you tell us about him?
He's a bit of a loner and a drunkard, of course. He says he's a bar pianist, but no one's seen him play the piano in ages. He usually just stares at the thing and sighs.
Ah, poor guy.
Don't feel sorry for him. He's supposed to be a real scumbag. I don't know him personally, but I know he used to move in quite influential circles before he got this low.
I see. Well, thanks, Bart. The guy's all messed. Hey, buddy.
Oh. Hello? It's hopeless.
Yeah, but we need to wake him up somehow.
You got any more of that miracle stuff, Sonny?
You swallowed every last drop.
Then why the hell are you still carrying that flask around?
Because it means a lot to me.
Wait a minute. Who gave it to you?
Yeah, that's enough. We got work to do. Leave me alone.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
But the idea is good, Marty. We need something strong to bring him back to life. Wait. What? Next time, but not now. This Douglas fella is quite a drinker, eh?
You guys are detectives or something?
Well, you can see we're professionals. So, what does he drink?
A flaming ginger honey spit.
What now?
But if you really want to wake him up, I recommend an extra double pepper slap.
Oh, I can slap him without the pepper, buddy. That's not an issue.
Then give me an extra double pepper slap.
Here you go. On the house.
What? I'm awake. What's that smell? That smell? Is that a...
An extra pepper double slap, I think.
Are you trying to kill me?
If we really have to.
Keep that nasty stuff if you want. I'm sobered up from the smell of it.
Okay, then we'll put it back.
Wait, I mean, if you already have it, then maybe just a sip.
Sure. Go ahead. Everything all right, pal?
Whoa!
Is his head going to explode?
I'd like to see that.
Oh, that felt good. So, what the flappy hell do you want from me? And who are you anyway? You're not even insects.
Eagle eyes. You know you're not an insect either, right?
Of course, but that's different. I live here. I was born here. I'm an honorary insect. Or, at least, I was one.
Okay, Mr. Honorary Insect. Are you Douglas?
Douglas A. Fry, at your service. And you are?
Just two simple, innocent birds who want a word with the Queen.
Oh, I see. Well, goodbye then.
You're not going anywhere.
Come on. You seem like a perfectly nice, normal guy. Would you mind helping two other birds in trouble?
You know what? I like you, big white guy, but not you.
Hey, thanks. You hear that, Sonny? He likes me and not you.
I'll bring flowers to your wedding.
I knew my good heart would take me to my grave. Okay, so, what exactly do you want? I knew my good heart would take me to my grave. Okay, so, what exactly do you want?
Tell us about this place.
Ah, the distant light. This used to be the fanciest joint in the whole hive. Expensive drinks, gorgeous women, live music every night.
But then something happened.
You happened. All of frickin' Clawville, the Segregation Act, the King's brainwashing, walls around the hive. I could go on.
Hey, keep it down, buddy.
Everything's ruined. The shops are closed, misery everywhere. The police are nowhere to be found, riots, crime. But do I have to explain this to you of
Sorry to hear that.
chicken shit?
If we weren't sorry, we wouldn't be here investigating on behalf of an insect.
An insect, huh? Maybe someone killed a fancy warm blood and you blame it on an insect, eh?
No, an insect is missing, and we're gonna find out what happened to him.
Would that make you the good guys?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we're trying.
Well, good luck with that, lads. You know the hive likes to keep its secrets.
So how do we get down to the Queen?
I don't know why you want to die so badly, but it's your problem. So, there's an old code. Maybe it'll help.
A code, like in spy movies?
If you say so.
Now let's hear it.
Hey, not so fast, lads. You want something? You gotta earn it.
Oh, for cluck's sake.
If you can beat me at my favorite drinking game, I'll tell you.
Sonny, over to you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What?
You know, partner, it's funny coming from you after tonight's events.
Hey, that was a one-time thing.
Yeah, I know. It always starts with a one-time thing.
If you're too much of a chicken to do it, maybe you can try my world-famous hive quiz. Or get lost. It's your call, but if you win any of my games, I swear I'll give you the super-duper secret password.
All right, maybe we'll give it a try. We heard you were a regular down there.
Indeed I was, back in the day. You know, I was the Queen's personal pianist.
What happened?
I had a fight with someone and I broke my hands.
How?
Well, I hit a guy in the head and, you know, these insect guys are hard as a rock.
I see. We're sorry to hear that. And then?
The Queen threw me out. Since then, I can't go down anymore. I'm done. All my prestige is gone.
And is there anything we can do for you?
Can you get me a new hand?
I mean, we can try.
Oh, don't bother. I'm getting used to it. I just miss the music. Soon I'll drink myself to death.
We'll see what we can do, buddy, but in the meantime...
Sure, ask away, do your thing. I don't care anymore. So, what's it gonna be, lads?
So, what is this hive quiz?
I knew you guys were tough cocks. Now, you can prove to me that you can find your place in the hive like I did back in the day.
Oh, yeah? Did you win an infantile quiz game too?
What? The hell I didn't. Why would I do such a foolish thing?
Well, go ahead, shoot.
All right then, but I warn you, any question you get wrong twice in a row, that's the game over for you.
Okay, just do it.
First question. What is the name of the material that insects use to strengthen their buildings? Yeah, good answer, although a day-old chick would have known that.
Thanks. Next one.
Question number 2. What is the hive's well-known nickname? Good. You got it right, boys. There's just one question left.
Let's get to it.
Last question, chicks. What was the name of the first governor of the hive? Correct. Good answer. The hive has never had a governor because it has never had any autonomy.
Yeah, we're geniuses.
Like in kindergarten.
Here's a password. I wrote it down for you on a piece of paper.
Thanks, Douglas.
Sorry, but the shop is closed.
Okay. Let's go, Marty. That's not the right way.
Yeah, if we're not battering rams.
That's not the right way.
Yeah.
What's up, meat sacks?
Meat sacks? That's not nice.
Your master's expecting us.
Well, what? I don't have a master.
We don't need the tango, okay? We know all the dance moves, and we know the password, too.
Yeah, the bronze beetle bakes a brownie before breakfast.
What now?
What now?
Just because you pulled a silly rhyme out of some drunken schmuck, I'm supposed to let you in? Ha! Give me a break.
But that's the way it goes, right? In movies and books and...
Just get the fuck out of here while I click it nicely, okay?
Listen, pal, if you don't want any trouble, you'll let us in. It's that simple.
Am I supposed to be scared now? Ha! I eat little shits like you for breakfast.
You eat shit for breakfast?
What?
Okay, come on. Let's do this.
I'm gonna kill you, meat sack.
Enough.
That?
Was...
The Queen.
Costa, send them down.
Yes, Your Highness. Okay, you got lucky, boys. Go down while I'm in a good mood.
Thanks, Bug Boy.
Hey, we don't use the B word around here. Am I clear?
Okay. Let's go, Marty.
I see. Welcome, detectives. Shall we begin?
The smell of cigarette smoke and cheap mead gave way to something else. An intoxicating woman's perfume mixed with a musty, lush aroma and the essence of expensive liquors. It was as if we'd suddenly descended into another time. We were standing in front of a throne, occupied by a real queen, as if she'd just stepped off the canvas of an old painting. I felt dizzy. I've been in some tough situations in my life, but this time, I shuddered. Would we ever get out of here?
Welcome to our humble abode, detectives.
Humble? I have a different definition of humble.
Mr. Featherland, we used to live in a huge castle outside the Hive. Compared to that, this hovel is an insult.
Well, an underpaid cop like me would kill for an insult like this.
Come on, Mr. McChicken, don't be so modest. You've got a quaint little apartment in Harlow Street with a lovely wife. You should be proud.
Wait, what? But how do you know that?
Oh, no need to be frightened, gentlemen. But they call us the Great Web for a reason. We can feel even the smallest vibration of the city from our throne.
Now we can sleep peacefully.
It's the plain truth. And you, dear detectives, are in the truth business, are you not?
According to the book.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, gentle birds?
We're looking for an insect that died, then disappeared.
Ah, I see. Well, make yourselves comfortable. Look around. Snoop. I can sense your hearts beat a little fast. Calm down first, and then we can talk.
You can sense our... But
We'll do just that. Thank you. It's like they're looking at me. Ugh. They have too many eyes for my taste. Noble ancestry, huh? No wonder she's calling herself Queen. No wonder she's... Perhaps a tad extravagant. Funny, but it looks kind of comfortable. Funny, but it... Maybe after talking to Her Majesty, we'll be needing a couple of stiff shots. I don't want to get drunk. I mean, not now, and certainly not in here. I don't want to get drunk. Ugh, she gives me chicken bumps. Her eyes, I can't look into them, which could be a problem because she's got a lot of them and they're all staring at me. It's been a long time since someone has genuinely frightened me. Anyway, here we are. We have to question her thoroughly. We won't get another opportunity like this again. Anyway, here... So, can we ask you a few questions?
First, you have to answer us. Why are you so interested in the fate of a mere insect? Did it hurt one of your kind?
Not at all, ma'am. We were hired by someone. A widow.
Oh. So you're altruistic crusaders?
Maybe we were just bored, ma'am.
I've heard you boys have been stirring up a lot of trouble over the last 2 decades. Perhaps this time, you've delved too deep into the hornet's nest.
You think so?
We're certain.
We'll see. If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Be our guest. We have nothing to hide.
Appreciate it. Anyway, here we... So, can we...
First, you have to
Tell me, do you remember a pianist called Douglas?
He's right above us, even as we speak. He's either drinking his tears or some hard booze.
Was he really your personal pianist?
Something like that. We loved him and the way he played, full of heart. But we couldn't tolerate his erratic behavior any longer.
who was the guy he got into a fight with?
A fiancé of mine at the time. He's dead now. Douglas. That silly little thing. He was always madly in love with us. He put that in his songs. And that's why we loved him. But he was jealous.
Jealousy is a terrible demon.
It is, Detective. It is.
There's no hope of letting him back in?
You pity him, right? I can understand that. It happened to us, too. We let him back, but he can't play or stay sober.
If we could help you with those two things, would you take him back?
Perhaps. But why would you do that? What did he promise you?
Nothing in the world. We're just trying to be good birds, that's all.
So the tales are true after all.
Well, we're talking to a living legend too, so tales can be true.
It's a deal, then. If you can find a cure for his hand and his heart, we'll welcome his return.
Thank you, Your Majesty. What can you tell us about the current state of the Hive?
Did you come here with paper bags on your heads? Have you not seen with your eyes?
Well, we'd like to hear it in your words.
As you wish. Since the Segregation Act, our people are suffering more than ever. We are eating ourselves alive. You may think we're being figurative, but we couldn't be more literal. We're running out of flesh, of life, of soul. But before that happens, our patience will run out.
The Segregation Act wasn't good for business either, right?
Correct. We don't want to be seen as the selfless grande dame, or everyone's fairy godmother.
You mean a thriving criminal business?
Call it what you like. It was blooming, but the blossom eventually withered. Now we are suffering like everyone else. The Hive is an oil barrel, detectives, and Clawville a crazy old fool with a match in his hand.
Is the barrel gonna explode?
And with it, the old fool.
Well, thanks for your honest opinion.
Not mere opinion. This is our future, gentlemen.
That's quite a throne you've got there.
Why, thank you. It was our late grandmother's 200 years ago.
Whoa, wait, then how old are you?
Do you think it's appropriate to ask such a question of a lady?
For cluck's sake, Marty.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But it is a really beautiful chair.
You're funny. We like you.
Thank the gods.
I don't want to get drunk. Are you ready to go a little deeper?
Oh, you mean you're going to interrogate us?
That's one way of putting it. I prefer to call it a controlled conversation.
Interesting. You seem like a rough, crude fellow at first glance. But underneath those ruffled feathers, you have a rather sophisticated soul.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Especially the ruffled feathers part.
Our pleasure. Well, shall we begin?
I'd be delighted. The Queen seems to like us, but that may be a simple disguise. In any case, a veteran criminal like her is probably harder to break than to open with the right honeyed words. Boost her ego. That can be a solid tactic. But either playing the good or the bad cop, nothing is impossible if you ask the right questions in the right tone.
Be forewarned, detective. What you learn here may shake everything you've ever believed in.
You think I believe in anything? It seems your famous senses have failed you.
We'll see, Mr. Featherland. We'll see.
Zenaida, may I call you that? Or should I stick with the Queen?
As you like it, dear Inspector. We didn't give ourselves the name of Queen, but we're used to it.
Does that appease your vanity?
You are very observant, Mr. Featherland. We are rather vain, yes. We admit to few faults, but this is certainly one of them.
What else do you consider a fault?
Honestly, letting too much responsibility fall on me over the years. But it's too late now. We can't quit. We're sitting in the middle of the Great Web, and if we disappear, the web will collapse, and many who live on the web would fall.
And would that be so bad?
You have no idea how many people in the Hive depend on the existence of the web. So, yes.
Oh, thank you for your honesty.
And we thank you for daring to ask in such a bold yet polite manner. In your line of work, that's quite rare.
Let's get to the point. Bodies are disappearing from the cemetery, and the clues have led us here. What do you think?
You're not playing games. We appreciate that. Yes, in a way, we understand that some clues could have led you here. But those can be misleading. We know nothing about the missing bodies.
You don't know about them, or you have nothing to do with them. Big difference.
There is a big difference. We've heard things. The Great Web is everywhere. And every little bit of information makes its threads twitch.
Someone was hit with a bottle that had the name of this place on it. Is it a coincidence?
We don't believe in coincidences, Mr. Featherland. But that doesn't prove that the perpetrator was following our orders.
It's true. It could have been a simple bum or just an angry boozer. Am I right?
For example.
Still, something's bothering me.
What?
Why the mysterious phrasing? Why didn't you just say you didn't know anything about it, plain and simple?
Because it wouldn't have been true, Mr. Featherland.
Let's say I believe you. Do you think the glass was not just a weapon, but also a message?
An interesting theory, and there may be some truth in it. As the place is well known and has been ours for decades, yes, we can see why you might think that.
So you agree that the clues lead logically here?
If it is a message, we did not send it. It would be foolish to leave a clue like that, unless it leads to a trap. Am I right?
Well, forgive the assumption, but for a spider queen sitting in the middle of the Great Web, setting a trap seems quite apt.
If so, you would be in big trouble.
And? Is that the case?
No, not yet. I like you. You're sharp and respectful, most of the time. At least, for a chicken.
You're great at insulting and complimenting at the same time.
Thank you.
Suppose I believe that it wasn't you. Why didn't you take action against it?
You still think we're the feared and dreaded vigilantes of the Hive. Unfortunately, those days are over, Inspector. The Great Web is now more of an information center than a real, viable enterprise.
But information is power, ain't it?
Indeed, it is. but much more so for a place that is not cut off from every other part of the world. We've been enclosed, Mr. Featherland. So the world is slowly but surely passing us by.
Unless you do something about it.
Yes, but that's another story. You know, the people of the Hive don't need the Great Web to express their feelings, especially their anger.
A hive-sized rebellion, for example.
Of course, neither the city nor the crown wants that. In fact, we don't want it. But sadly, we are no longer the most powerful in the Hive. There are others who say how things are done.
Okay, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who has the reason and the power to do such a thing?
The Golden Fang clan is well entrenched in the Hive. Thanks in part to them, much of our business is no longer, how shall we say?
The clan, huh? I heard they've been pretty quiet lately.
The fact that a criminal organization doesn't openly blow things up doesn't mean they're not very present, as you well know, Mr. Featherland. And for all we know, you and your partner are very much responsible for the existence of the clan in the first place.
Really? Please, enlighten me.
If the Wessler Empire hadn't fallen, the smaller clans that then waged war for power would never have been born. Am I right?
The Wessler Empire, huh? That was an old case, Your Majesty. If we hadn't stopped that threat, we might have been in even bigger trouble.
Oh, you really think so? That it could be worse than this? The whole city was ravaged by gangs feuding over the remnants of the Wessler Empire. These gang wars have consumed all the attention of the Crown and the police, leaving nothing left for the Hive. One angry insect, fed up, committed an assassination attempt that eventually led to the Segregation Act. See? After all, it all started when the so-called Chicken Police put the head of the Wessler Empire on ice over some petty, little, private matter.
You know, that's kind of a loose and far-fetched hypothesis.
Oh, we haven't covered everything, but you know that in the big picture, we're perfectly right.
I'm beginning to feel like you're interrogating me and not the other way around.
Oh, please don't. We didn't mean to frighten you.
Then may I continue?
We are at your service.
So, it's the Golden Fang clan that's got you and your people in a tight spot. Am I right?
We're not saying they're responsible for the disappearances. But if it wasn't us, they seem the most likely choice.
I have to agree. Are you willing to talk about them?
To a certain extent, yes. As long as it doesn't harm our interests.
Okay, then let's continue the conversation in this vein. Why would the clan need a fresh corpse? What can they do with it?
Did you say fresh? How fresh?
Well, the last one was from yesterday. Why? What do you think?
If they were old carcasses, we'd be ignoring it. But fresh meat is a different matter.
Did you say meat?
Have you seen how many insects walk around the hive, missing limbs?
We've had the misfortune to see that, yes.
The Chlorvillian gourmets pay fat little fortunes for fresh body parts.
To eat them?
Well, they're not going to put them on display.
So you think the clan sells fresh body parts on the black market?
That could be one reason for digging up bodies. But it could be something else entirely.
Which is?
We don't know, Mr. Featherland. You're the detective, not us. But we're sure you'll get to the bottom of it.
You really do see everything. What do you think the clan is playing for? And where do they get their resources?
For the clan, hiding in the hive was a great idea. But they cut themselves off from the rest of the city with it. So they must have connections or help from beyond the walls.
Another gang? Maybe they've teamed up with someone. The Black Scales. The Furies, maybe.
I don't think so, Mr. Featherland. All the criminal organizations in Clawville are different, but they all have one thing in common. They all want absolute power. That's why they don't really ally themselves with others.
What are you implying? Who can support them from beyond the walls?
Whose interest do you think it would be to aid and abet the clan and get them here? Whose interest is it for the hive to slowly bleed itself dry?
You mean?
Yes, exactly, Mr. Featherland.
Sweet, furry, feathered heavens. You claim that the clan is funded by the crown?
We're not saying it is. But the city government is currently benefiting from the fact that the hive is getting on with its little infighting, instead of causing trouble on the big scale. You know, peace negotiations are coming.
What does that have to do with the disappearance of a few bodies of ordinary citizens? Even if it's like you say, isn't that just more fuel for the fire?
It might be. Perhaps it's for a different purpose, Mr. Featherland. That detective, that private eye, who was working on this.
Private Eye?
Frank Castellini, or as many called him, half-armed Frank, which we always thought was funny, because he was only one arm short of 4.
Shit. Frank.
The fool was obsessed with pursuing Mick and the clan. He discovered something significant. Maybe he found out exactly where they were hiding. In any case, it certainly pissed off the monkey. Because Mick's got a big bounty on poor Frank's head.
That's bad. That's really bad. Well, thank you for telling me this.
We're surprised to say it ourselves, but we're glad we could help.
You see? That's what I'm talking about. So Frank Castellini, right? We know him. In fact, I'd say we're friends.
We thought cops didn't like private eyes.
Frank's helped us out with a lot in the past, and in return, we'd turn a blind eye when he snooped where he shouldn't have.
There was a time when cooperation between animals and insects was commonplace.
I was just a chick then, Your Majesty, but my partner lived in the hive's neighborhood for quite some time.
Oh, really?
It used to be a great neighborhood, ma'am.
If this was meant to make us sympathize with you and your cause, you've succeeded. You see, We're old and sentimental, but we're something else, too.
Beautiful.
Thank you. But that's not what we meant. We're practical, which means if you really want our help, you'll have to do something for us.
Seems like a fair offer. We're listening.
Frank was never a friend, nor an enemy. He's the kind of man who doesn't belong to either side. Always walking in the shades between them. But not so long ago, we had a quarrel. And he's taken something from us that's very dear to our hearts.
You want us to bring back this something?
Bring it back? No, we don't want it back. You won't be able to do that. Just tell us where it is. We'll take care of the rest.
You're being deliberately vague, am I right?
Sometimes it's best if you know exactly what you need to know. If you get the information we want, you can guarantee the Great Web will be on your side when you clash with the Golden Fang clan.
When, not if.
We have no doubt that if you follow the trail your friend Frank has set out on, it will eventually lead you to the clan's trap.
Okay, you got a deal. We'll meet again soon.
I look forward to it, detectives. But I'd hurry if I were you. Your friend Frank could be in serious trouble.
Furry hell. Frank. What has he got himself into?
Exactly what we're about to get ourselves into, partner. If you're ready.
What do you mean, ready? I'm always ready. In fact, I was born ready.
I don't mean that. I just mean, what's going on with you and Laura? There's enough shit going on. I don't want to stir up any more.
Cluck that. It's what you do best, Boss Bird. And let's keep it that way, okay? You drive, I follow, we get shot at, we survive, but just barely, and most importantly, we don't talk about personal shit. Deal?
You know, buddy, that's the best deal I ever heard.
Now you're talking.
No wonder she's called. No wonder she's called. Another tough kid who shouldn't be clucked with. Her Majesty never seems to be left unguarded. Her Majesty...
Hey, buddy. Change of outfit?
Huh? What the fuck are you clucking about?
Honestly? I don't mind you not having that ugly rifle.
What's the chick talking about?
Marty, he's not...
I think the suit's a bit much. Somehow it's not for your kind.
What do you mean, not for my kind?
Marty, I think they're brothers.
Oh, so he and the guy upstairs are twins?
Well done, Marty. You deserve a cookie.
Sorry, good sir. We didn't mean to offend.
Will you get the cluck out of here?
On our way. So you are two brothers, right?
Huh? What? Nah.
Well, then?
We are not two brothers. There are 72 of us.
That's quite a family.
Your mom must have been a real angel.
What?
And tell me, big boy, do you all work in this line of work?
What line of work?
Well, you know, how can I say this?
He means, are you all criminals?
Do you really want to get beaten up that badly? What the hell are you, suicide chickens?
Funny, your brother asked the same thing.
Just get the cluck out of here.
Pleasure talking to you.
Huh? Anything else?
Oh, no, nothing. We're going.
You know, it's ironic that you're here snooping around, investigating the clan.
Because...
A few years ago, when you brought down the Wessler Empire, everything that has happened is on you.
Sorry, but I don't quite get it.
We think you do, Mr. Featherland. You're not as bird-brained as you make out. Your heartbeat gives you away.
Look, Your Majesty, I have nothing to be ashamed of. We did what we had to do.
If the Whistler Empire hadn't collapsed, all those new gangs wouldn't have risen from the ashes. Gangs like the Clan, clamoring for power to this day, forcing the city back into the Dark Ages.
Whistler was a lunatic who needed to be stopped. That's the story. Mick is another psycho who's gonna be caught. Simple as that.
Is it really that simple?
Always is.
We can't decide if you're just saying that, or if you really believe what you say, which is quite rare.
I'm happy to be the exception that proves the rule, Your Majesty. I've got what I wanted, for now. Funny, but I don't want to get drunk.
Who do my eyes see?
The one and only Phil Marlowe, private Hawkeye and professional boozer. What's this old featherhead doing here?
Looks like we're not the only lost fowl in the hive.
Not counting that weirdo pianist, of course.
Did we say hi?
Sure we do. I need to know what he's up to. He might even be in similar shoes to ours.
You think so? That would be almost like a crossover episode.
A what?
Never mind.
Oh no, I think I'm hallucinating.
You're not hallucinating, Phil. We're standing here in front of you, in all our feathered glory.
That's my clucking luck. Even in the hive, I can't get away from you two.
We're your living conscience, pal.
And what does my conscience tell me?
To stop drinking?
The pot calling the kettle black?
Fair enough.
Shut up, Marty. Not today.
I'll zip it.
So, are you on a little investigation?
What else would I be doing in the hive? Do I look like I belong here?
No. Actually, almost hurts to say it out loud, but you look pretty good.
Thanks, sweetheart. By the way, if you're so interested, there's a gang of dung beetles who broke into the local sewage treatment plant and stole some high-quality manure.
Is there such a thing as high-quality manure?
Son, if you only knew. Here, manure is sometimes worth as much as gold.
You know what? We don't need the details.
But I do.
And you? What are you doing here? Are you being teased by some hot chicette?
Never again, Phil. Never again.
I can understand that. Well, make yourselves at home, if you can. They don't like our kind around here.
You don't say.
I'm surprised you still have feathers.
Yeah, it's a small miracle. Listen, Philmar, for someone who looks like shit.
How do I look so damn good?
Funny, but, something like that.
If you must know, I have a very rich and powerful benefactor. I get most of my cases from him.
So you're a paid private detective now. Or more like domestic detective?
Laugh if you want, but you'll never make as much dough as I do. And my caseload isn't that demanding.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just be careful, boys. I might come after you again.
What do you mean, again?
Oops, I talk too much. Leave me alone to drink and get lost.
Well, it's good to see you too, Phil. Are you here for an audience with the Queen?
I've already met her, but I got the impression she's not too keen on Clavillian private eyes sniffing around.
Yet she tolerates your presence.
It's that indelible charm of mine, Sonny. But how could you possibly know that?
Yeah, my kind of charm doesn't belong here.
Now get out of here, cluckers. I'm trying to work.
Looks like real hard work, Phil.
Martin.
I know, shut up. I'm used to it.
Listen, Phil. You know Frank Castellini.
Of course I know him. Everybody knows him around here. Why?
Well, I think he overreached himself a little and got into a tussle with the Golden Fang clan.
Well, rest in pieces, Frank. You were a great insect. Let's drink to that.
Don't be silly, Phil. He's still alive. At least we hope he is. But maybe not for long. Heard anything from him?
I heard he had a case involving the closing of the textile factory, but that's all I know.
Yeah, we heard about that too. Strange. But thanks anyway.
I hope you find him still alive. He's a good guy.
Zip has lost something very dear to him. Have you heard anything about it?
Actually, it's a pretty rough story. Mick Goldfang ripped it off with his own hand.
That's what Zip was referring to, though he wouldn't go into details.
I don't blame him.
Any idea where we can find it?
You guys really want to get that thing back?
The old trash panda got us out of a lot of trouble over the years, and we did the same for him. Kind of a habit between us.
All I know is that Mick doesn't always keep it on him. But he does have a secret headquarters somewhere in the Hive. So there's a good chance that's where the stray body part's gonna be.
Thanks, Phil. That sounds like an exceptionally useful tip.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Now you might as well cluck off.
Good evening to you, too.
One more thing, Sonny. What I said, you didn't hear it from me.
Stop treating us like day-old chicks, Phil. We never even met you.
That's the spirit. Good bird.
Sorry, Phil, but what's that thing on your neck?
This? It's called a scarf. In high society, it's worn wrapped around the neck or just thrown over the shoulder. It's great for keeping the neck warm, but it's also used as a fashion accessory.
I know what a scarf is, jackass. What's it doing on you? That's way too, delicate for you.
It was given to me by someone very important to me. Let that be enough.
Ah, so there's a girl involved.
I never said that.
Well, what then?
Will you get the cluck out of here already?
Okay, don't be so jumpy.
I think it's a nice scarf. Really?
Fuck off.
How come you're drinking so casually in the middle of the Hive? We almost got hanged on the first lamppost when we got here.
Me too. But my client has pretty good connections here, so I've had a sort of license to fly.
Speaking of licenses, do you even have one? I mean, real, proper permission to enter the Hive.
What? No, of course not. What do you take me for, an idiot?
Well, he's got a point.
I hope you didn't have too much of a struggle getting one.
Shut up, both of you. We always get on so well with goons.
Whoa. Need something?
No, we're good for now, thanks. We met your brother.
Which one? There's a few.
Just as cute as you are, only he's got a stick instead of a gun.
Oh, yeah. Brutus. The brains of the family.
Really? Wow, I never guessed that.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Nothing at all.
Yeah. I'm watching you, chicken shits.
Huh.
Oh, you again. You're still alive. That's good to see. Did you find out what you wanted?
As a matter of fact, we did. It's a surprise to us too, but maybe more than we wanted.
That's really good to hear. But still, you know, a lot of the truth that comes out of the Hive is unlikely to be true anywhere else.
I don't get that.
I think I do. Different laws, different rules, different truths.
As the top detective says.
Thanks, Bart. We'll keep that in mind. You have a little more.
Are you?
More.
Aw.
Hey, old bird. We spoke to the Queen.
Ah, good for you.
She'll welcome you back if you stop drinking and heal your hands somehow.
Well, easy for you to say. Nice outlook, but it would take a miracle doctor to do that. Someone who knows bones and medicine almost like some ancient shaman or something. Someone who's not even afraid of the other side. The occult, even. Someone who...
Who?
I think we're on the same page here, Boss Bird.
Yeah. Boobo.
Who?
Exactly. You'll find out soon enough, pal. Just hang on tight. We'll be back.
So be it, Boss Bird.
Hey, only this meat wagon can call me that, okay?
Okay, whatever. Sorry, but the shop is closed.
Okay. Rest in peace, fam. Next time, but not now. Let sleeping lie.
You really?
Nope.
That's a shame.
Hey, Mon, what are sleuths number 3 and 4 doing here?
You mean Moses and Plato? Don't be so rude about them, Sonny. They're professionals, and they're pretty decent guys, too.
Okay. So what's the deal? What's this super secret assignment from Blood Boil?
Are we jealous?
Don't make me laugh.
I am, a little.
I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something really secret. I mean, it's not an official investigation.
Wait, I thought shit like that was our thing.
It is.
I really don't know what it's about, but if you want my advice, forget about it.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Mon.
You're only making it more tempting for us.
At least try to be discreet, okay? We've got enough problems without having to deal with your shenanigans.
Oh, we'll be quiet and discreet, as always.
Like the wind. Whoosh.
Yeah, more like a hurricane. May the big wild ones protect us.
Listen, Mon, we just came from the Hive, straight from the Queen, Miss Zenaida.
You're serious? Well, I sincerely admire you boys for making it out alive.
Actually, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, we did fill our pants a little.
Just a little.
My condolences.
You know something about her, Mon. We must have a file on her or something.
Zenaida is a truly mysterious woman. Truth is, we're not even sure that's her real name. And there's no mention of any family name, of course. Some believe that she is descended from an old noble family.
She did have some old paintings of classy bugs in her lair.
But others say it's all just theatrical powder, and that the Queen, on the contrary, has fought her way to the top out of poverty.
Like in a fairy tale.
Exactly. It's all fairy tales, and myths and legends, no facts.
Thanks, Mon. That helped.
You're welcome, Boss Bird. Just let me know if you need anything.
I will, sweetheart. What?
Nothing? Nothing, just some strange sparks bouncing all over the place.
Ah, shut up, Marty. Philosophizing. Everything you love is in... Oh, she'll come. Oh,
Nope.
Maybe this Hey, Pip, what's new?
The chicken police were seen in the hive. What are the 2 X-Star cops investigating?
Hey, this only just happened.
The news never sleeps.
Good to know. Are those bullet holes? Whew, it's good to be back on this.
Things got ugly in there.
Yeah, it's different from what you read in the papers.
And the Spider Queen.
Ugh, she still gives me the creeps, man. But I think she likes us.
You really feel that way?
She told us, didn't she? She took me into her heart.
Yeah, better than her stomach.
Will those walls ever fall down? Sweet, neon-smelling... Are those bullet holes?
The new Unity... Guess what? Filmar thinks he knows where your tail is.
Is that old Hawk still alive? He's hiding in the hive, is he?
Doesn't have to hide. He seems to be getting some pretty good assignments there. He looks like he just hatched from an egg.
You're kidding me.
No, we're dead serious.
So what do you know about my tail? Oh, it's weird saying it out loud like that.
Mick has a secret headquarters somewhere in the hive, but we don't know exactly where it is.
The hive, huh? I'm not surprised. The damn monkey's been down there for a while, and I have an idea where he might be.
You know where the secret headquarters of the Golden Fang clan is, and you didn't tell us?
Why didn't you ask?
Oh, I'll skin you alive one day, Zip. I swear.
Did you hear they closed down that old textile factory?
Sure, kind of related to our case.
So, what do you think they built there, huh? Of course, it's a bloody meat factory. I mean, the M-E-A-T.
That meat substitute again. It's all over the news.
Not yet, but it soon will be. The stuff is spreading everywhere. Cheap and delicious. What more do you need?
It stinks.
I don't know. I like the smell of it.
No, I mean, there's something stinky about it.
Your nose holes don't lie, old bird. That very place has become the Golden Fang's super secret headquarters.
A meat plant?
Funny, ain't it?
Amazing. If what you say is true, that's where your tail will be. And we'll bring it to you.
You'd break into a high-security gangster HQ just for me? I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite touched by what I'm hearing, boys.
No, Trash Panda. We got serious business there.
Oh.
But while we're there, we'll get your family heirloom.
Well, that's all my good mother left me.
What about your famous optimism and love of life?
Shut up, Marty.
We visited the famous Queen of the Hive, Zip. What do you know about her?
Mostly what the insects and the animals that come here gossip about. All kinds of contradictory tales. More like legends.
She's quite another worldly woman, that's for sure.
From what I've heard, she's a lot like my dear Mama. And Mama always said, respect all women, son, because you never know which one is a witch.
A witch? You're serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Wicked spellcasters and potion makers. She'll throw a curse at you if you don't behave, and then 7 years of bad luck for you.
And you believe in that stuff?
It's not a question of whether I believe or not, boys. Mama told me, and what Mama says is sacred.
Amen.
Amen indeed. Whatever Zip said. Hey, Joe. We met the Queen.
Oh, good for you. And you still have feathers. That's a surprise. A surprise for sure.
We take that as a compliment.
Oh, you can take it as you like for all I care. And did you get what you wanted, Sir Chicken?
We did, and even more.
Oh, all good things, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, welcome to the Hive, Cluckers. Every day here is full of lovely, sweet surprises.
Yeah, we can see that.
So, we're going.
You do that. It's not good for you here.
We still might come back, old bug.
Fine by me. Cremation or burial.
Message? This poster is